All right, enough with the Winnie Jr. talk. Let's talk about crazy, controversial shit that can get us canceled. Was Zelensky tweaking in that interview in the White House?
Zelensky was over tweaking. Nick, you seen the video?
I don't think so.
Zelensky is the president of Ukraine.
Yeah, and Trump was like treating him like on the low type shit. Yeah. I seen a little bit of that.
Yeah, I watched the entire interview, and Zelensky was coming with a little bit of animosity and like kind of with this like entitlement.
Same buddy
entitlement.
We sent 60 billion to.
Yeah, and then like
200 now at this point.
And like Trump was actually letting him slide with a few comments. Actually, I felt like, and then like Trump was saying like, Europe has not sent as much money to help Ukraine as the USA has. And then Zelensky was like, no, they sent just as much. And like Trump was like, no, like it wasn't even close. And he was like, it's about the same. So like right there, he's kind of
Who the fuck do you
he's
think
kind
you are talking
he's
about?
kind of undermining the USA when it comes to how much they donated, because I don't believe that Europe donated as much as the US did at all.
They're broke.
Biden was literally like, yep, 50 billion.
Yeah.
Here you go.
That's insane.
So you know, he was already like kind of disrespecting the US right there, and like people talk about him not wearing a suit. I guess that's not the biggest form of disrespect, but I see where they're coming from. It's kind of like nitpicking a little bit. But
He never wears suits. And I think him not wearing suits, I don't know what he's trying to like portray, because you know he was a celebrity before he became president. Like he was like an actor,
like Ukrainian Tom Cruise,
Ukrainian comedian or something.
Ooh.
And
comedian running your country.
yeah, and like he came up.
It's not a good reputation.
It's not. He's not competent. He's not competent to be leader. And now he's trying to be like, oh, I'm one of the regular people, so I don't wear suits. I just wear regular clothes. And it's like, I don't buy it, because everything you do is against the people. You know, like they don't have elections. Like you cannot. Their elections are done now because of the war. You know?
Not only that, it's just like a respecting. Like you're going to the White House, put a suit on.
Asking for some cash.
You know what I'm saying? Like put some on, a polo or some shit. Like
And motherfuckers are trying to end the war in your country.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But you know, those people, they don't want to end the war. They want to continue to push that war so they can get more and more out of it from the United States, and more leverage and more just everything in the deal.
You think a deal gets signed, or you think Zelensky, you know, propagates World War III?
I mean, like Trump says, Zelensky got no cards. Got no cards. So really, like Zelensky's gonna have to just accept what happens, because if the United States says we're not gonna worry about that,
He's being too prideful. And I get it. Like if you're the leader of your nation and your people, and you take pride in your people, you're like, there's no way that I'm going to compromise with the opposition.
Yeah.
But the opposition would have smoked you if it wasn't for support. So either you do what the support tells you to do, or you get smoked.
Yeah.
I mean, here's a perspective. What if like Texas, or there was like a war, right? And like Texas became its own state, you know, or its own country as a result of this war.
Right.
And then now like some of our enemies are using Texas as a way to mess with America.
Right.
You know, would we be wrong if we said, no, we're going to war to take Texas back?
Yeah.
Well, I don't think so. But here's some context.
But here's the thing, though. There's more to the story. But if Trump decides to like let that happen, then that's just gonna revert to what Ukraine's always been. You know, part of Russia's.
Well, the thing is,
territory.
how long has Ukraine been a country? Like 400 years or some shit?
I don't know about 400.
A couple hundred.
I mean, I don't know the
Like
exact.
if Texas did that thing today, and like 3 years from now we took Texas back, I feel like that'd be more reasonable. But like, if it's already been 75 years, 100 years, 120 years, you know, that's where things get tricky.
Yeah.
Like the generations, this has been its own thing.
But is that enough? Where it's like it was a technicality, you know, and really being separated.
I mean,
being separated. Our culture's the same. Our people's the same. We have the same blood. You know, it's kind of one of those things where it's like, if it comes down to that, it's like maybe motherfuckers gotta take one for the team.
There's arguments on both sides, but then like I don't like the whole like promised us 5,000 years ago and we're claiming it now kind of thing. You know what I mean? And I know that's not the same thing exactly, but
It's
like,
not.
It
It's not.
leans in that direction a little bit. Where like this was promised to us 1,000 years ago. Like, oh, I don't give a fuck what you was promised, what your grandpappy was promised 1,000 years ago, boy. Yeah. It's today.
Yeah.
It's not even about like what was promised to you by God. It's about like that was their stuff. That was their land. Wars got fought. previous administrations made promises that current administrations don't agree with. Things get reversed. Things get changed around. So it's political. You know what I'm saying? It's very much diplomatic. But I think at the end of the day, if Texas, if it's been 75 years and the way Texas left our hands wasn't really something that was like a good handshake, kind of like ripped from us, I'd say 75 years later we should take it back. If our hand was forced, like they're gonna shoot me in the head if I don't agree to give them Texas right now.
Right.
So I'm gonna go ahead and give them Texas.
But I'm gonna get it back.
I'm gonna go get it back. You know what I'm saying?
75 years from now, my son's gonna come back.
You know?
Get it back in blood too.
Get it back in
Major
blood,
blood.
You know what I'm
dude.
saying? But then there's the United States who's like, no, I don't want you to do that. You know, that's what's happening in Ukraine.
But yeah, I think Zelensky was tweaking in the White House a little bit. He was, you can't just say whatever you want. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And America can actually say whatever they want because they're America. So, when you're a person that doesn't have the cars, you're a smaller country, and you're someone who benefits greatly from any bigger country, not even America. Like if it's Canada, who the hell does Canada support? They don't support themselves. If it's a smaller country getting support, like it's just not how the world works. Like when does the small animal in the jungle, like the smallest, weakest lion, eat the most food? It never happens.
True.
The biggest, strongest lion gets the most food. You know what I
That's
mean?
true.
So that's just the way the world works, unfortunately.